What? Welcome to the live stream. Why am I? There it is.
Go straight.
I am still maneuvering to where I need to go. I need to go get some rest and book a load. Yes, I'm a little late today. Oh my goodness. Oh, there we go. We were in Santa Fe. I'm now in Socorro, New Mexico. Oh, this is like a hotel or something.
At your destination.
How do we get into this place? Oh, there we go. Whew. I hate doing this in the dark. Okay, welcome to the unprepared stream, but at least we're live. And I know some of you are in here. I saw Lurch. So, speaking of Lurch, let me just get into this. There we are. Man, talk about binge watching. And I appreciate it, by the way. Ah. Ha. Well, TK, I'm actually in Discord if you want to hop in. And then we'll move. I'm in ATS Convoy chat too. And then we can move. So, Lorch, you left a comment that I didn't understand, and rather than say such in the comments, oh, that's right. Moderators can chat. I forgot about that. All right. Knee-high sniper setting me up for failed expectations. But thanks. So Lurch, you left a question. Let me see if I can pull it up. I think I have it on my phone. No, I deleted it. Something about, can that tandem pin lead to it getting dinged in an inspection? Do you recall that? And if so, can you clarify what you meant by tandem pin? Since I misunderstood the last thing that you asked me about, I didn't want to do that again. No, you can. You're a moderator. You can moderate. So, welcome everyone to the stream. Let me get back in the truck. I know it appears like I am, but I'm not. There we are. Now I'm back in the truck. So we're in Socorro, New Mexico. I have not booked the load yet. Thanks, Nathan. So when you were going to move the axle on trailer, the one pin was stuck and would only move one hole at a time. You said something about being broke. Oh, I think that was a previous time, I believe. I was sharing a historical story. No, so long as the pins are in the holes, um, then no. Hold on, let me just explain this for everybody. Man, this thing moves fast. Than I like. The mouse just whips around. So this trailer, maybe I'll show you. No, I can't show you on that trailer either. This trailer the tandems on this trailer don't move. But what that means is that the trailer wheels, that's what the trailer tandems are. Usually it's because there's two. And hey there. And the trailer frame sits on top of a chassis where the tires are, all that stuff. Well, that slides. And there are a set of 4 pins, 2 on each side, that fit into holes that lock it all into place so the trailer doesn't move in relation to the tandems. If it did, that would be bad. But you have to release those pins to slide the trailer back or forward, or what we refer to as sliding the tandems. You're actually sliding the trailer. But your goal is to move the axle group forward or back to shift the weight in the trailer. And when you're done, those pins have to be in the holes. And yes, you could get dinged if you didn't have them all in. However, I had a broken one, or a broken release mechanism, so I couldn't get the pin out of the hole. Because usually there's like this bar. Well, there's a few different methods, so I won't go into that. But whatever mechanism it is, then that pulls the pins in, which means out of the holes, and then you can slide. And then once you get in position, you release them all, and then they pop back in. Anyway, if that doesn't work right, that could be a problem. So, cool. Check in with Bucks on that, Nathan. So, where were we? Oh, so live chat for members only. This is an additional live stream over and above the regular live stream schedule. But this was one of the perks for those folks that join, that they get another live stream where only they can chat. So if you're interested in that, by all means, click that join button down below. You don't join automatically when you hit the button. What it does is takes you to a pop-up screen that shows you what all the perks are, what the levels are, how much the membership levels cost, all that, and some other links to answer questions. So, or learn more, I guess is what it says. So, let me get going here. What time is it? It is 7:55 in the morning. I need to book a load. I was working on that earlier. So here we are in Socorro. Let's take a look at the external market. When I looked earlier, all there was, oh, there's new stuff. Good. All there was before was waste paper like these, and something else I don't remember what, that went somewhere I didn't want to go, as I recall. So, do we want to go to Holbrook? I'm thinking about going west now into Arizona, just because we've done New Mexico to death. Here's something to Durango. I'm actually looking to go west, though. Sierra Vista. I like that. Let's see what we got even farther. Yuma. You know, I haven't been to Yuma yet. And by the way, I wanted to take this route right here, because we haven't done that yet. So I'll book that. It's got plenty of time. Picking up at Lennar. Lennar is always fun. Okay, TK, I will move us down to the
All
other
right.
place. Alrighty, here we are, all snug as bugs in a rug. Sort of. Back in the game. Where are we going?
On your sleep?
I'm sorry?
Did you catch up on your sleep from all that farming?
No. You knew what the answer was to that question. I will be having a nap later. I hope. Oh my goodness. I don't even want to go into that. It's crazy. Nicholas! Nicholas's fault. Is he here today?
I haven't seen him yet.
Yeah, Pilot Bro. What are you doing up that late? Oh my goodness. You know, it was so late. I know I said I wasn't going to talk about this. It was so late that Arctic Polar Fox hopped into the voice chat. Now, he lives in Melbourne, Australia. So he was like wide awake. He goes, "Well, what are you guys doing in here?" He was surprised to see anyone. Oh, he is here. That's right. Kirker King did say you were doing that. All right, I've got fuel. We just rested. I think I've got some damage.
Stay left, and then turn left. Turn left.
And of course, there was another update to, since there was another update to Logitech's G-Hub, had a little trouble with my steering wheel when I fired up this morning. What was I gonna do? I already forgot. Rob, I turned that truck in at the end of the lease, which is when I got out of trucking, or it's when I got out of the over-the-road time. No, Pilot Bro, that's tomorrow. This...
Turn left.
No, he's talking to me.
Oh.
You have arrived at your destination.
I'll just sit here and look pretty and drive the truck. And drink some of my coffee. Now this is where that steering axle comes in handy. Wait, no, I'm offset. was lined up with the line, just the wrong one. Okay. Oh, this button. So we've got, looks like some iron pipes or steel pipes or something. Let's see what it says. Large tubes. Okay. Let's look at the map so we can see the routing. We are going to head west on US Highway 60 to Sholo, down here to on our way to Phoenix, and then Yuma. This route between Socorro and roughly here is pretty scenic. I've been this stretch many times between here, well, between Phoenix and Sholo, many times. Oh, we're going to take that route. Oh, goody. Rob or Lurch, this is the route that right here is that, oh my goodness, what is it called? That canyon. You'll see. Anyway, so let's get going. Don't need that.
Turn left.
What?
Recomputing.
Well, I'm nothing if not consistent about going the wrong direction. It's the Boomer Gamer Clown Show this morning. Well, thanks for tuning in. I need some more of this coffee.
Get ready to turn
Oh, it's hot.
left. Turn left.
Well, you know, another benefit of membership is you get that really cool badge next to your name. That Interstate Highway Shield badge. Those are custom just for members. Along with custom emojis, which I forgot to look at adding anymore. Hey, Dusty. Oops, I forgot. I'm supposed to sit here and look pretty. Drive a truck.
Go straight.
How heavy is this? 43,000 pounds. Yeah, it's heavy.
Stay right, then turn right. Turn right. Go straight.
It's already getting pretty. I'm getting some shimmy here. And that's got to be from the steering wheel and software. Not this load. Could be from me.
Just said he's got to replace his headset later this week too because the super glue fix failed.
Hang on a second. What was that?
Lurch said that he's got to replace his headset later this week because the super glue fix failed, and then
Oh,
Dusty said got to use duct tape.
yeah. 100-mile-an-hour tape. All right, I gotta pull over and
Figure out what's going on.
yeah, because I'm getting some sway. I haven't changed any settings in the truck, but I had to change something in G-Hub this morning. There's a rest area up ahead. That would have been a good place to do this. Let me go look here. I don't think what I'm looking for in here right now is not a problem with American Truck Simulator, as far as I know. I know you guys can't see this, but
Adam B just became a dry van hauler.
hey, Adam! Thank you. Welcome to the membership.
And then Solar said it's probably from lack of sleep, Boomer.
It could be. It absolutely could be. Wow, Adam, thank you, and welcome to the adventure. Let me see. I'm going to get back into the game. Go to the options. Check controls. Centering it. No, that was supposed to be up there. This was down. Let's try that. Yeah, when I get up to speed, it starts to sway unnaturally. fact, it even was feeling a little bit like some things that was happening in Farm Sim when I was using my steering wheel. That's me. Wow, isn't this beautiful? Was that a road we could go down?
Drive 1808 is going to be in tomorrow's stream.
Is he?
Yep, he just took the last spot.
Oh, okay. It must be his 4-day weekend coming up.
Yep.
Dusty, we are headed for Yuma, Arizona. I may have to turn down the volume outside the truck so I can do this and hear you. The name of that canyon I was trying to remember up here is Salt River Canyon. And Lurch, that's one of the videos you had commented about how beautiful that drive was, if I recall correctly. And we're gonna drive it. Tumbleweed. Welcome to Arizona. I thought I heard an airplane. And we're gonna go pay them a visit. Look at that thing go.
Finding new route.
Solar said it wasn't him this time.
What's that?
Solar said it wasn't him
Oh,
this time.
I was just thinking he should be seeing this. Wow, he's just zipping right along. Hey, by any chance, is one of the pieces of equipment that you can buy in Farm Sim perhaps a prop dusting plane?
No, that would be nice.
Yeah, it would.
Reckless Gamer said that was me, reckless flying.
Oh. I would expect
Toys.
reckless flying from, Wait, who'd you say it was from?
Solar said if he tried to fly that low and fast, he would crash. Lurches said, LOL, yep, that is your style, Bucks. And he'd be dusting everything.
Ooh, there's a scenic view. Oops. That's definitely scenic. You know what? I'm gonna hop back into the options, and I can do that on the roll because this is single player. And I am going to turn down the outside volume. So that I can hear Trucker King better. I'll have to remember to turn these up later for myself. Let's try that. Still pretty loud. And if you've watched any of my videos where I drive through this area, you can tell that it looks just like this. And of course, I'm referring to my real-life trucking videos. Must be coming into Sholo.
Go straight.
tractor. Was that a person in a hot dog costume?
No strength.
I just barely caught that.
Yes, it was.
Well, before I forget again and have to get reminded by Trucker King, I wanted to give some shout outs to some of the members. And we will start with Trucker King, our moderator for today. Let me get over here. There we go. And I would like to thank Trucker King for moderating yet again. And also, well, it's not related to this, so I won't. All right, we are coming up on the Salt River Canyon. If you're not familiar with it, the engine brake has 3 strength settings. And right now I've got it in the lowest one, just to keep us from getting too fast on this. You don't always have to use the full strength of the engine brake.
Asking where you're going. I forgot where you're going.
Yuma.
Okay. was asking what the C1, C2 gears are for in ETS. A couple people replied back to him saying that they believe it's the same as, you know, low and low 2.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not familiar with the ETS stuff either. But I think that's what I heard. If you search my channel, you know, search the videos on my channel for Salt River Canyon, you should see a couple of videos, at least. Whoa. I've got at least 2 videos from this drive in real life, including one where I actually did stop at this rest area right here, this pullout, and I took some interesting photos with my camera. So yeah, it actually looks more impressive in real life. I mean, this is impressive, but it's more impressive in real life. Man. Yeah, this place is impressive. Oh, I wanted to adjust that volume down again. Oh, that's not the issue. It's the truck noise. Yeah, that's definitely quieter. Let's see what it's like outside.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, better. It's still loud.
Just make sure I'm looking at where you're at before I say anything. Hey, Adam's asking you, have you ever been to an airport before with your truck, where a truck's not allowed at the airport? I know at cargo terminals they are allowed.
special trucks, I mean, like UPS, FedEx trucks are. I've never been to an airport with my truck. You have to. Airports are controlled areas, so you've got to have a reason to be there. And FedEx trucks do. But that's at the FedEx terminal. Yeah, that may be too quiet on the inside now. Tonto National Forest. And I believe Tonto has nothing to do with the guy that rode with the Lone Ranger.
Stay right, then turn right. Turn right.
Nicholas said I've had deliveries to the helicopter terminal at Fellisland, Virgin Airport.
Cool.
I've never done anything like that.
No, I haven't
Sounds
either.
like a headache to get in.
Yeah, it's like going to a port, probably.
Yeah. I bet you it's even harder security at an airport than at a port.
Yeah.
I think it's time to put you on the TV again. Jesse said he's been on a few runways in the past hauling construction materials. It's pretty cool.
So, a specialized reason for going there. That's interesting, though.
Nicholas said this was on the outside of the airport, was delivering some packages, but ports I am on almost daily. Got security clearance for the ports in Virgin and Stavanger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think. Or Stavanger, one of those. Yeah, well, they got the port thing here in the US too, of course. You can get a Twix card after going through a background investigation. There's the Phoenix skyline.
Stay right.
Oh, I guess this is the way.
Go straight.
Said I did not know airports have tighter security than cargo terminals.
Stay right,
Uh,
then exit right.
I wouldn't quote us on that. We both haven't had experience in that aspect yet.
Oh,
I was just assuming. Oh! Okay, you did nothing wrong. I mean, I would have assumed that was the right exit, too.
yeah. Crazy. Well, there's my Swifty moment. Yeah, the GPS graphic makes it appear that that's what we're doing, but I guess it's farther up.
Right here, yeah, it's not. I just had to put two exits that close together. It's a little confusing.
Yeah.
Go straight.
Jeez, buddy.
It's a Volvo. It's just a Walmart trailer being hauled by a Swift driver, that's all.
You know, I don't think I sustained any damage from that barrier.
Yeah, I don't see any red on your truck icon there.
I can see just a hint of it on the bottom, and I might be imagining. I'll check in a second. %. I think I had that when I started, though.
Nicholas said you don't get damage when crashing into barriers. I think you have a old live stream that begs to differ.
I think he's right. I did have a live stream where I got banged up, but that wasn't a barrier. That was just a wall in the middle of the highway that shouldn't have been there. I think it was a glitch. Really strange.
Adam's asking on refrigerated trailers, do you have to set the temperature first, or do the employees do it?
It depends. If you're bringing your reefer trailer to the shipper empty and you're picking up or you're getting loaded, then yes, you set it in advance or even once you get there. But usually you set it ahead of time to pre-chill the interior. It depends on what it is. Sometimes it's refrigerated, sometimes it's frozen. So, it just depends. But if it's a drop and hook location where where you drop your empty trailer and then you won't have it on. And then but you pick one up. So the yard dogs, the guys that drive the little tiny trucks that move those trailers around, when they put it in the door, they'll turn the reefer on. So essentially, whoever's putting the trailer in the door. How much time do I have left? Hour 54. Yeah, I need to stop, take a break. There's that first yawn.
Turn left. Finding new route. Go straight. Recomputing.
Oh, wrong button. But now everybody knows I'm here.
Wakey, wakey.
Yeah. That's about the time you start getting nasty looks from the other drivers. Okay, before we do that, I want to go back in and tweak the volume just a bit because now it's too low on the interior. That may not help enough, but whatever. All right.
Adam said talk to you later.
Bye, Adam. Thanks again for joining the adventure. And not the same kind as they have in the Navy. It's the virtual over-the-road trucking adventure. We have 81 miles to go. You know, you may have heard me say it before, but I've always enjoyed driving across the desert. I think the scenery is awesome.
Yeah, I said I love driving through the mountains up around New York State, some of the most beautiful views.
Yeah. The Finger Lakes region I enjoyed too. Oh, 14 miles. We are almost there. We're going to be getting off the freeway shortly. There's that shimmy again.
Stay right, then exit right. Exit right. Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
Light screen. Wasn't expecting that. But I'll take it.
right.
Dusty said he's heard New York State can be beautiful.
It is. It really is.
Stay right, and then turn right.
You get a bad rep because of New York City.
Yeah. I have to admit, I made some assumptions about New York and New Jersey states because of places like New York City and Newark and what I thought I knew about them from watching TV shows. And it's not even remotely like that outside of the city.
Get ready to turn right. Turn
Upstate
right.
New York is gorgeous.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
T-shirt that says it shows a picture of farmland, and then underneath
right.
New York City it says I'm from New York, not New York.
You have arrived at your destination.
Alright, let's see where we're going. I think we're going back in the corner on the right. Let's take a look. Oh, man, that turns way too fast. Yes. That is where we're going.
Yeah, so Nehai said he wasn't sure if he's been by the Finger Lakes region or didn't know he was there. And I told him never been around Rochester or Syracuse because that's, you know, roughly the area. And he said, yeah, he dropped off bottled water in Syracuse, was his first ever dry van load. And then I asked him, that wouldn't have been in Marcy at the Walmart, would it? He said it was, because that was that load I told you about where I picked up in Phoenix and drove it all the way to Marcy, New York.
Wow. Yeah, I've done a few loads up to Syracuse, or in and out of Syracuse. Marcy doesn't ring a bell, but if it's a Walmart distribution center, I've probably been there.
I can't remember if it's just north of Syracuse or not. I got to look again. I mean, I haven't been there in almost 10 years.
Wow.
It is still more east of Syracuse, outside of Utica. So it's outside the Finger Lakes region.
Oh yeah. I don't know that I've been to that Walmart DC.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that there's one. I can't think of the name of the town. Do you know right there along the turnpike there's a, you get off and there's a TA travel center? In eastern part of New York, closer to Rochester. I think it's east of Rochester.
East of Rochester. I don't remember where
Can't think of the name. But there's a TA travel center right next to a river, a beautiful river. That's part of the canalway, I think, system. Anyway, ooh, you gotta drive through this little tiny town to get to the Walmart distribution center. All right, we are here. We drove 579 miles. All right. Ooh, we went up a level. Okay, we'll do the fuel economy. Yeah. So, Yuma. Now, I haven't been from here to San Diego or El Centro even. LA. Let's see what else we got. Even north.
Yeah, that one. Mercy. Yeah, one.
St. George, Utah. Lumber. Fresno.
Johnstown.
That's it. Johnstown.
Johnstown. Okay. Yeah, that's even further east of Marcy.
Oh, okay.
Yep. It's almost to Albany.
Yeah. Yeah. It is closer to Albany now that I think of it. Okay, so audience poll. Should I go to take a load of hay to Fresno or a load of lumber to St. George, Utah? What do you think? They're both about 500 miles. Haven't been doing a lot of California lately. First answer in the chat gets it. You don't win a prize or anything, but except you get to see me go to the place you picked. Fresno or St. George?
Rich said Fresno.
I have, but
He hasn't
not
been
in
to Fresno.
Yeah, not in a long time. So Fresno it is. Ooh, there's one of Wenatchee. Not doing that right now. Maybe tonight. No, not if I'm going to Fresno. Yeah, haven't done much in California lately. We will go to Fresno. I didn't even look to see how long. 17 hours, 23,000 pounds. Hey, we're picking up. Hey. Hey. No, it's just a single trailer. We're not doing triples. Just hay. Oh, sidebar. I pulled off into that rest area because back at Salt River Canyon because I did want to share that view, but I thought there was a viewpoint there. So I was hoping there was. Yeah, speed limits suck in California.
I agree with Pilot Pro. That's why I stay away from California.
Yeah, it's annoying.
He said he's got to go. Enjoyed the ride.
Okay. Well, Dusty, it's good to see you in here again.
Do some more shout outs.
Turn left.
Thank you.
Turn right.
Yes, I will do some more. Whoa! Red light violation.
Get ready to turn left.
Well, let's give Dusty a shout out since he's walking out the door.
It was still yellow and they gave you the red light.
I
Turn
know.
left.
That's insane. Well, let's do this. We'll look at the map. I want to see where we're going to pick up this load. ADM. And I will do a couple of shout outs. So Dusty, the Dirty Dog. Trucker King, I already did. Cody Oldie. Are you in the house? Cody Oldie. I know Pilot Bro 39 is. All these folks are part of the adventure. And Nicholas Triple XN. Also, not only part of the adventure, but another great supporter and cause of my lack of sleep lately. Well, contributor. A contributor to my inability to control myself. I have become an farming sim addict.
Ready to turn left. Turn left.
Don't you do it. Thought I was going to get another ticket. I think I'll get some fuel before we ride off into California. You know what else I'm going to do? Is I'm going to go get some maintenance on this truck.
Finding new route. Make the U-turn.
Oh, don't tell me what to do.
Ready to turn left.
Knee-high Sniper, also in the house today. A reefer hauler. Is he?
Turn left.
Yes, Trucker King keeps me on task, which is more important than sometimes than reading the comments. I joke about lack of coffee being a contributing factor, but it's really I'm forgetful. What was that?
I was gonna say I'm not, sleep deprived as well from a certain game.
Yeah, or two.
Finding new route.
I think I'm getting less sleep on this little vacation of mine than I do when I'm working.
Recomputing.
That's not unusual, actually.
Yeah.
Please make a U-turn when possible. Rerouting.
Oh, I guess I had not discovered this before
When possible, make a U-turn.
in this profile.
Well, you're getting loaded. I'm gonna go grab a drink.
Okay. May as well let you see what it is I'm doing. Really? All right, let's get some maintenance done. Yep, it's all tires, just as I thought. Well, a little bit of chassis here on the trailer. And then I'm not going to go back. Oh, you know what? I'll do it later. Yeah, it is a part of being old. Unfortunately. Okay, enough of that. Whoops.
Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
Man. Well, that's something that happens just like in real life. Sitting at a light, get distracted, and my foot starts to relieve pressure on the brake pedal. I start rolling. Yep, I've done that.
Get ready to turn right. Turn right. You have arrived at your destination.
All right, there's where we're going. So let's swing around. You know, I'm going to try something different. I don't know if it'll work or not. Oops.
What's that?
This viewpoint. So you can see from a bigger perspective my maneuvering.
Oh, okay.
The drone view. And this is pretty much how I would do it in real life, if I have enough room. Because another mantra is use all of the available space.
Work smarter, not harder.
Yeah, that too. All right, I'm gonna have to move this viewpoint because I need to see what I'm doing. Alright, I've gotten off a little bit. Remember, you can always pull up and fix it. Yeah, I've gotten crooked again. But I think I'll be fine. Yep. And there's our load of hay. Oh.
I ask you if you've seen Why I Was Gone with Lurch. Part of being old. He could forget things too. He's only 41, 42 next month. And then he said, actually, 2 weeks from today.
Wow. Just a youngin'. Not really. I mean, I remember when I was 41, I think. It felt kind of old. Okay. Enough of that. So this is our route. We're going to head west to El Centro, and then we're going to head north-ish on 111. I can't remember the name of this highway. But we're going to go up here and catch I-10 all the way to LA, and then Interstate 5 to California Highway 99 all the way up to Fresno.
Rich said he is a high school graduate. He feels old. Yeah, my poor parents didn't even get a break. I graduated high school, and then my little sister started school.
Grade school?
Pre-K, yeah.
Yeah.
And she's a
Turn left.
junior this year. Yeah, I think she's a junior this year. She just got her permit 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
Stay right, and then turn right. Turn right.
All right, we're crossing over the Colorado River and into California. Oh, the speed limit. There's our exit coming up.
Stay right, then exit right. Exit right. Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
El Centro.
Go straight.
Oh, that's the name of this highway. I think the Imperial Valley Highway. I wasn't expecting that light.
big white letters on the road.
Yeah. That
I hated
assumes
those though.
assumed I was paying attention. I was enjoying the view.
Yeah, I used to hate those when I was over the road. The random lights on a highway. Like, come
Yeah.
on, really?
Right. That's my point. But, you know, the U.S. highway or even the state highway system, there are a lot of lights when you get into built-up areas. And this stretch of road between Interstate 8 and Interstate 10 has a few.
Go straight.
And then there's the random speed limit change.
Go straight.
It's not as bad as Euro Truck Simulator, though.
Which just said, yeah, no warning on speed changes in ETS.
Yeah. Not unless you're, well, no. You gotta be really paying attention, because occasionally a sign will just pop up with a lower speed limit. But also, they don't post speed limit signs when you get through to a town. It's something that's just a constant. When you enter a town, the speed limit drops to 50 kilos, or clicks. And then once you leave, it pops back up again. And so that's the thing you're supposed to remember. I spy a Walmart. Think. Which probably means a speed limit reduction.
Like, Buck's just popped in here and said that Wednesday should be a fun day for him.
Monday?
He's got a hurricane heading his Wednesday.
Oh.
He's got a hurricane heading his way. What is it, Ian?
I don't recall what the name was. Fiona? I mean, that's the only one I remember seeing, but maybe that's not it. But whatever, hurricane, that's bad.
Get ready to turn left.
And there's pretty much nowhere in Florida where you can be inland far enough to not be affected.
Turn left.
Oh, that Jersey Mike sub looked good. Ah, palm trees. It was nice just to kind of kick back and watch the scenery for a bit. Looks like we got to get over.
Stay left.
Downtown LA. Skyline.
Stay right, and then exit right.
Does your truck pass all the requirements to be traveling in California right now?
This one?
Exit right.
Yeah.
I hope so. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I've never had to fill up DEF in this truck.
Stay left.
Yeah, that's something I think they should add to it instead of just.
Maybe it's just implied.
Yeah, when you get diesel, I've watched the gauge on the truck. The def gauge goes up too. So.
I don't even know where the def gauge is on here.
I don't either. It's a Kenworth.
Uh-huh.
Stay left.
Smack in the
Same thing
face. Same thing with
Same
what?
thing in Farm Sim. Those tractors run def too,
Do they?
and there's a def gauge in the inside the tractor you can see, but you never got a refill def.
Stay
Huh.
left.
Well, heck, you
Yeah,
hardly
'cause
ever
now
have to replace fuel.
I think I think we have the setting set on that to not be realistic. That's why. You probably still have it set to the default, which is fuel usage low. And every time you hire an AI, it buys fuel for it. You probably have that turned on as well.
That is turned
like
on, and so that's why I'm not noticing. I just thought about that. I'll notice
Yep.
that the trucks need, or the tractors need fuel because the AIs are driving the tractors and they refill them.
Yep.
So
That's actually the only thing I have turned off on my solo profile on my Xbox. I let them buy seed, I let them buy fertilizer. That's just too time consuming having to refill those seeders and fertilizers every
Stay
10
left.
minutes.
yeah, now do they do it like right out on the field, like not have to go anywhere like we do?
When you're letting them buy the seed, basically what happens is if when you watch your money in the upper corner,
Oh
you'll see
yeah.
your money is ticking away. That's them buying seed, them buying fertilizer, and them buying fuel.
Okay.
Because then every hour you see the minus whatever for worker pay. So that's not what you're seeing deduct from your money as they're, it takes a chunk every hour to pay for AI work.
Okay. And you have
Yeah.
that on?
Like I said, I shut
fuel?
off the fuel buy, but I have them buy the seed and everything because then when they run out of seed, they just sit there and you're paying them. And if you forget the check,
Yeah.
now you're paying them just to sit in the field and twiddle their thumbs and play farming sim on their phone while they wait. Which I was guilty of that when I worked on a farm. Ooh, smoke. Truck
Yeah, he's always there.
overheated.
Yeah, there's actually a sign. Have you driven up this
No.
grade? Okay. In real life, I mean. Yeah, there's actually a sign when you start to come up the hill or somewhere along the way
Stay left.
about turn off your air conditioning so your engine doesn't overheat. And because I mean, that was back in the 70s, 60s and 70s. That was a problem.
Hey, has anyone tried going up the runaway ramps in this game yet?
Yeah, it's not me. Jeff Faviano did it. He did a video about it, and they don't work at
Oh,
all.
okay. Just curious.
Stay left.
Yeah, he went to several of them in a video, and it was just devoted to those ramps. And he basically did look like bucks running off the road. It didn't slow him down or anything.
Huh. Yeah, I've been hesitant to try them because I was worried I was going to go in them, get stuck, have to get towed, and
Yeah, well, in
that
real
whole
life
9
you
yards.
would. You would have to get towed in real life. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't. I would just skip it. It's decorative.
Because I was just wondering, like, if you turn air brake simulation on, if it would actually have you lose your brakes going down a hill.
In the game?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. I mean, really the hills aren't long enough.
Yeah.
Because you'd have to be. I mean, in real life they are. They're long enough, and you would have to be riding your brakes
Go straight.
for a bit before they start to fade. I mean, it happens. People don't get proper training on speed management and jake brake usage.
Pilot Bro just answered that. It's if you won't lose brakes, they just stop the truck in the game.
Oh,
That's not very realistic.
no.
Well, I guess it is. If you ran out of air in your tanks, your brakes would set.
Oh, with your air, yeah.
Yeah. But still, you should be able to.
But that's only if you're pressing and releasing and pressing and releasing.
Yep.
And by the way, you can do that. You can simulate a pre-trip inspection of checking your air by doing just exactly that when you're sitting still. Press release, and you can watch your air gauge on your dash go down.
Yep. Yeah, I turned on air brake simulation and trying to back in. You know.
Oh yeah, there's a couple spots. And literally, I've suffered through that in real life where I run my air down. Not to mention turn my left leg muscles into rubber from clutching constantly. 135 miles. We need to stop for the night soon. Let me see, we got almost 3 hours left to get there. 4 hours of clock time. Yeah, I don't want to be dealing with all that yawning.
So, Lurch just asked, after you drop this load, can you do a gauge tour of the inside of the truck?
Oh, I suppose I can try. I've not really looked at them that much. And it's a little hard to see with the steering wheel.
Yep.
Go straight.
Oh, there was a place.
Little 55. It looks like you're moving in slow motion.
Yeah.
Alright.
Let me look at the map. Pin a place. Yeah, we just went past this one. There's that. There's that. There's our delivery. Well, I guess this is a little more roomy. So we'll do that. I wonder if maybe my problem is I need to adjust my suspension stiffness. The way the truck was swaying. That's a good point, Nicholas. Adjust the steering wheel.
Go straight.
Yep, we're just out for a Sunday drive in California on Wednesday.
Stay right, and then exit right. Exit right. Turn left. Turn right. Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
Yeah, this will work. Yeah, we'll adjust the clock. And sleep. And I want to shout out a couple more people. Rob Strecker, aka Lurch, who's very active in the chat. He's a flatbedder. As is Isabella Haglof. I believe she's from Sweden, is what she told me. And let me just do one more, since there is one more. Reefer Hauler, Bedrock. Is Bedrock in the house? I haven't seen him. Okay.
I haven't seen him. I can give you one wild guess on what he's doing right now.
Uh-huh. Either Farm Sim or ATS.
Farm sim.
Yeah, he's got it just as bad, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Turn right. Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
All right, we've got 62 miles to go. Two-hour delivery, and I'm speeding. Because it's California. So our exit should be coming up shortly. Get the big map on the screen. Look at that sky. That looks so real. I have seen so many mornings like that. It's uncanny. Here comes our exit.
Stay right.
Yep,
and then
she
exit
said the
right.
skies are incredibly realistic a lot of the times.
Yeah. SCS has done a great job.
Exit right. Turn left.
Mercies. This way to DFA.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
Nicholas just said SCS is one of the best game developers there is. So much interaction with the community.
You know, that's a good point. They're active on Twitter. They've got blog posts coming out 2-3 times a week. You know, talking about upcoming things. Yeah, I would have to agree with Nicholas. All right, where are we going? I'll bet we're gonna back in at the left, the end of the building down here on the left. Hey, do you know where I'm supposed to go?
No.
I can see it.
You're working hard, huh?
Yeah. He looks sad.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe he wished that he could be playing Farm Sim on his phone right now. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing I did at the last delivery, or pickup, I mean, at the other end. I don't need all that. This time I'll set up where I'm looking straight down the pipe, as it were. I need to be a little higher. Ah, this is hard to get in. Okay, here we go. Moving a little closer. Oh, you know what? I have mirrors. That's what I needed. They're not working. My mirrors. That's weird. I didn't know that.
They're frozen in the same location they were when you went into this mode, I think.
Yeah, you're right. I did not know that. Okay. No, that's not good enough. That'll work.
Lurch just said perfectionist, you had the green.
I know. All right. Okay. So let's see where would be a good place to do this. I guess I can do it right where I am. No reason to go anywhere else. So a little tour. And yes, let's adjust the seat and the steering wheel. So currently I have my seat set at 72%. Let me take a screenshot of that and I'll fix it later. Okay, steering wheel down and oops, out of the way. I think that's about it. Let's see how well I can see. Yeah, some of them are blocked a little bit by the steering wheel, but I guess I could maybe adjust them or not because they may not be as critical. Let me fire up. And then I'm going to turn down the volume for this. Way down. That's still kind of loud. Whatever. Anyway, so over here on the left side, down below, it's not a gauge, it's a couple of buttons. Right above the turn signal knob on the left side, you got two little icons down there. The truck cab with lights on top. That's work lights. So you can, if you have them, you can switch on work lights that light up in the back. So there's a couple of different places. Let me put that volume all the way down because I got to get out of the cab a couple of times. Wow, that is all gone, all that sound. Generally speaking, trucks have, and you can't see it on mine because I got the headache rack, but there's a couple of lights mounted on the back of the cab that light up the front of the trailer so you can see what you're doing at night when you're hooking up the airlines. And then also a lot of trucks, and my truck, when I drove in real life, had a light on each side of the cab, on the outside of the cab, on the left side, the right side. And those were for shining back so you could see better when you're backing into like a truck stop or a dock and there's a trailer on either side. They help you see at night. Also, sometimes can even help you see the line that's painted on the pavement. There isn't one here, but when I came in, there were lines on the pavement. Well, a lot of times those exist in most places at major loading docks or shipping places and truck stops. So that's what those two buttons are down below. Moving up, you've got three lights or three switches. One of them is the dome light for the cab. That's the one on the far left. And then the next one, the one in the center, that's the dome light for the sleeper area in the back. It lights up that area. Hi, kitty. And then the rightmost, which is it's got a shape like an engine with a fan. Well, that's what it is. It's the big fan in front of the engine. It's a cooling fan. See, that doesn't run all the time. the engine kicks that on when it needs extra cooling. But you can turn that on, that you can actuate that switch, and that will run that fan at all times. That's really annoying and loud. But if you need extra cooling, for whatever reason, you can run it. All right, gauges. There's a 4-pack on the left. The top left one is your ammeter. So just like in some of your cars, it just tells you the voltage that you're running at. And then the one next to it, it's hard to see to the right. Let's go the one on the lower left. The one on the lower left says amps. So that's the actual ammeter. So the top one is a voltmeter. The bottom left one is the ammeter. So the ammeter will tell you how much current you're drawing from the batteries. The voltmeter will just tell you if the generator is keeping the battery, at the proper voltage. When you're drawing too much current from the battery, the voltage drops. I like to use an analogy with respect to electricity. I like to use the analogy of water pressure. Think of a battery as a reservoir behind a dam, and they try to maintain a certain level of water level behind the dam when there's a lot of water coming, unlike Lake Mead right now. So when they're drawing a lot of current out of the dam, if they're drawing too much, then the water level will drop. That's kind of like the voltage. It's not an exact analogy, but it's similar. Okay, top right of that 4-pack is the water temperature, just like in your car, and the one below that is your oil pressure. I just revved up the engine, so the oil pressure moved up, just like in your car if you have a gauge. Now the two, obviously we've got a, let me adjust the steering wheel again. So of the two big ones, the left one is the tachometer. That's your engine RPMs. That's very important to know for shifting and stuff. It's also got a temperature gauge. The right one is your speedometer, just like in your car with the odometer reading at it. Above that is the little information gauge, or display rather. So it's got different things you can look at. You can page through these. This is what I normally have. So this is what speed am I traveling at, and then what have I got my cruise control set at. It's also got, I think that N there indicates that I'm in neutral. Yep, that's what that is. To the left of that red symbol with a P, that means that's the parking brake is set. That's what that is. Moving over to the right, lower right, we've got some environmental controls. They're partially hidden behind the steering wheel. So that, just like in your car, you got AC, temperature, fan settings, etc. To the right of that is the air brakes. So right now they're set, so they're pulled out. If I release them, you release them by pushing them in. In a real truck, you can do them independently. So normally I would have the red one pushed in and only set the truck brake or tractor brake. Unless I'm done for the day, then I pull them both because they will leak depending on your system. Okay, gauges, or no, I'm sorry, right above that, the row of buttons. Let's start on the right side. So there's 3 buttons. They all look the same because in here they are. That is the, you can see a little thing light up in the center dash. That means that the truck tandem drives would be all engaged. Normally, they're not all engaged. Your drive shaft goes back to the differential. The front there's two differentials. It goes to the front one, and it drives. The way I understand it is that it drives either the left or the right set of tires, and then the next there's a drive shaft from the first differential to the second differential. That would then drive the other tire, but that doesn't make sense to me. I don't know that anyone's ever really explained that to me properly. But what I know is when you don't have that engaged, you've only got two sets of tires that are driving the truck. When you press that button on the gauge, on the dash, you're engaging power to all of the tires. But you don't want to drive very fast. You can burn up your differentials that way. So generally speaking, you don't want to go over 25 miles an hour with those. And you never want to engage that when you're moving or when your tires are spinning, because you could rip your differentials apart. You can turn it off while you're moving, but don't turn it on while you're moving. To the left of that, there's a button that it's got a shape of a cab with an up-down arrow. That actually, go back outside. And I probably should pull forward so I can stop. Back here in the back, let me draw my trailer. And I don't know if you can see it or not. Not in this view. Let me try this. No, really can't see it. But there are airbags that are part of the air suspension here in the back. And that helps with the ride. But if you push that button inside, it will release the air out of those airbags, and the back, not the tires, but the frame, specifically the fifth wheel part of that whole area, but the fifth wheel will come down. So that allows you to drop the tail end of the tractor, which is really handy for getting underneath, or I'm sorry, pulling away from a trailer. Once you put the landing gear down, you drop the suspension, the rear suspension, and it's easier to pull away. You can also use it sometimes if a trailer is not, if the landing gear is not set properly and the trailer is too low. That can help to get underneath it. Next button, the center one that says TC, that's traction control. I've never understood how that worked. Pretty much never used it. The one to the left of that, where it's got, again, a picture of the tractor with a double-headed arrow, a horizontal double-headed arrow. That releases the fifth wheel. It releases the fifth wheel. So what you may not know is that the fifth wheel can slide. We talked about the trailer tandem sliding. Well, so can the fifth wheel. Oops. And so you can see that on the plate right above the frame, there's I don't know what you call it. What is this? That? Okay. That's actually, those are little slots that a bar goes into, like this. And there's, I think there's like two in the front, two in the back on both sides. And when those are locked in place, the fifth wheel won't move. Well, that button on the front of the, or on the dash will release those, and then you can slide the fifth wheel forward and back. The reason for doing that is twofold. It's for making minor adjustments to the load that you may be hauling, but it also can close up the air gap between the tractor and the trailer. The closer the trailer is to the back of the tractor, the less of a gap there is, and the better your fuel economy. But you don't want to, normally you don't want to have it too close. But, I've had to adjust that, I don't know, 2 or 3 times over in my career. Because usually once you get it set, you're good. But I did have a situation where I got loaded at a shipper on the night before Friday night before a 3-day weekend. And there was only one guy at the place, and that was the guy that loaded me. And I got loaded, and I went and scaled, and I was too heavy in the back. Yeah. And I couldn't adjust any more weight by sliding my tandems forward to take up more, backward. I forget what it was. Anyway, well, what I didn't know, because I was still new, I didn't even know you could slide these things. And so I showed up, and I had to get somebody to come out because I was going to get the load reworked, because sometimes you have to do that. And so he asked me, he goes, well, did you slide your fifth wheel? I'm like, no. So I didn't know how to do it. And so he actually knew, because he used to be a driver. And he walked me through it, and boom, it's a little touchy, but it fixed the problem. We didn't have to get the load reworked. So we were able to shift the weight around. I wasn't overweight. I was overweight on either the tractor or the trailer tandems. I don't remember which. Okay, next set over to the left, there is, looks like a headlight with something. I don't know if that's headlight warmers or I don't know what that is. And then there's a spare, it's nothing. And then there's the 4-way flashers button, the triangle shaped one. That's your hazards.
I believe that light one is your fog lights.
Ah, fog lights. Thank you.
Yep.
And I don't have any. Well, no, I don't. Thank you. You're right. They are. Okay. Now we got the 8-pack of gauges. So the left one, the leftmost one on the top row, that is your primary air tank gauge. You actually have 2. The secondary one is down below. So you actually have 2 air tanks on the tractor. So I'm going to shut off. Oh, or I'm not, because those should work when the engine is off, because it's just air pressure. So let me turn the volume back up so you can hear this. I'm going to do an air pressure test. So if I step on the brakes, you can hear it. Also, well, we'll get to that. As I step on the brakes, you're bleeding the air. In fact, let me release the brake. And as it gets into the red zone, and first you get that alarm. Still stepping on the brake. And then once you get to a certain point, the brakes will set. That's a safety feature. And now, right now, there's a air compressor mounted on the engine, and it is building the pressure back up. And you can see it in both the primary and the secondary. They're both low. Now we're gonna wait for that to build back up. Like, I can't even move right now until that pressure builds up. I can't release the brakes. Well, I could try. Yeah, okay, so at some point it will, but I need to build up air pressure. And I want to adjust the steering wheel up out of the way for the next thing. I think that's it. No. That didn't help.
What if you just shift your head?
Yeah, I could try that. Oh, yeah. So the two gauges on the far left are air pressure gauges. And by the way, once they get up to about 125 psi, that's where the relief kicks in. It actually bleeds off a little bit of air to keep your, because that air pressure or air compressor works all the time. So once it gets over 125 psi, you need to bleed off some of that air, and so just every once in a while you'll hear a hiss. It's going to take a minute to get to that, so I want to show you the next thing. Bottom row, second one from the left, where it says brake. That's actually, when I step on the brake, it shows how much pressure is going to the tractor brakes. And there should be one for the trailer, but I don't see it. All right, while we're waiting for the air pressure to build all the way up, along the top, we're going to skip suspension load and come back to it. The next one over is fuel. Obviously, that's just a standard fuel gauge, and then there's a clock. I never look at that. Down on the bottom, the two on the right, the left one is the transmission temperature. So if you're, I've never had a situation where that gets overheated, but I guess it could. And then the lower right one, that's your oil temperature for the truck. Didn't we already have one? Oh, the other one is the oil pressure. Right. So this one's oil temperature. So you don't want that to get into the red zone either. All right, you see the pressure gauge. Yep, just hear the hiss. It gets up to 125, and then the high pressure release kicks in, and then it drops back a little bit. Let me turn the volume up again so you can hear that better, because it's going to do it again.
That bro was asking if that system also keeps the tires filled.
No, not on most trucks. There are some that have that as an aftermarket thing.
Yep.
But not on most trucks.
Yeah, you'll see the little metal hoses going to the actual, valve stem of the tires. If you see those on the trucks and the trailers, and they have a system set up for that. But
right,
like he said, most don't. Still kind of a new feature that they're putting on stuff.
So right now it's just a little over 120 psi. The pressure relief valve should kick in at 125. All right, well, it's not wanting to get there again. But the next thing I wanted to do, or for the next thing I want to show you, I have to hook up the trailer. Well, my mirrors are messed up since I moved the seat. I gotta do it again. Okay. On the top row, the second one from the left, suspension load. When I back underneath the trailer, that's going to go up. Because that's telling you about how much pressure is pushing down on those airbags in the back. So the more weight you have on the trailer, the more that gauge will indicate. And I used to use that as a rough gauge for telling me whether or not my trailer was too heavy or close to being heavy, or did I need to slide my tandems. It wasn't accurate, but it gave me an idea. So next up is the top row. We got headlights. I guess these aren't indicating anything. So you got lights, parking lights or markers. I don't know what the other one is. Let's see. No. High beams. No, that wouldn't be high beams. And the other one I think is a trailer work light. Not sure. To the right of that is, what is that? Oh, radio. That's the radio controls. I think that's it. Got a lot of stuff here on the steering wheel. That side here, this is for cruise control. This over here, you can turn the engine brake on and off and change the settings on it. That's it. I need to, before I forget, I need to set this back to where I had it. At 72. And I don't remember where I had this, but I'll just get it close. Close. Okay. I hope that was informative. I actually have pictures of all of this for my Kenworth. And I always meant to make a tour video of it, and maybe I'll do that. So, yes. So, did I hook up? Yes, I did. And what Trucker King was talking about about these hoses, there is a mount that goes into the center of the hub, or mounts on the hub. And then from there, you have airlines that come out and connect to the valve stems on the tires. And, you know, there'd be two, because there's two tires on each side. And then that air would be, there's a valve inside that device that once your tire gets below a certain level, it feeds it air. And then that's fed by the truck's air system. And then they also have, some places have them on their trailer tires. I actually looked into installing that on my tractor, but I didn't because I decided I was going to get off the road and I didn't want to spend any more money. So, you're right, Nicholas. A lot of things are different than on Euro trucks, and so that's why I enjoy learning from you when I'm driving in Euro Truck Simulator. Well, I am going to wrap it up here, folks. Thank you to everyone for riding along, even those that are not members and weren't able to chat. You could just continue to lurk and watch the driving. And thank you to the members who have chosen to help support this virtual over-the-road trucking adventure. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. Please stay tuned for the credit roll. And of course, we're going to add another name to this as soon as I can get to it.